we can work towards who we would like to be. So eventually we had to transform. And finally, Goddess Ishil is a Mayan moon goddess, and she helps us with healing.
It seems that you have basically a goddess from each culture.
Just about, yes.
Yeah. So how would someone ask a goddess for their help?
Oh, there are many ways. One can just go outside, take a deep breath, and if one doesn't know exactly which goddess to contact at the moment, the person can say, Goddess, I need your help with fill in the blank, with my relationship with my mother. I need help with money. I need help with whatever the scenario may be. Take a deep breath, go outside in nature, or a person can close their eyes, take a deep breath. That can help them remain centered and ask the question. So it's really just about taking a deep breath, gathering yourself together, and asking the question.
How do these people or these entities become gods?
Civilization allows people to adapt what they see as a goddess or a god. For example, let's take the rain. It's an element of water. And when people get together, they would pray for rain or maybe pray to stop the rain. And they may, through prayer or meditation, receive a sign or symbol. And a sign or symbol could be that goddess. And then that's how they start to relate an aspect to rain or to fire or to air. That's one way an entity, a divine being, can become a goddess.
How does asking a goddess to help you in your daily life when you need a boost or you need help with a problem, how does that conflict, if it does, with organized religion where, for example, Christianity has one God, and in the Ten Commandments it says, thou shalt have no other gods before me. So can you have both sides of the coin, or does it have to be that you believe in the goddess or you believe in the deity of the religion of your choice?
It would have to be a person's preference. I have friends who follow Christianity, and they do ask me, oh, how can you work with multiple goddesses? I'm trying to please one God.
Yeah.
I would go crazy. So what I would say to that is, one, you have to really ask yourself what works for you. And if that's the case, that you like to follow that particular religion where there is one God, then that's okay. I haven't come across a person who follows goddesses and then the one God. It is possible, but what I do say to people is to really do the research and see what works for you. A lot of the goddesses predate a lot of the modern religion. It's really from ancient civilizations. So, yeah, again, I would just say do the research to really see what works for you, because a person will really find a lot of correlations between the old religion and the more modern day religion, and we see that it's not so much of a difference. There are some distinct differences, but not that much.
All right. What are some of the distinct differences?
Well, some of the distinct differences would be the way people acknowledge the holidays. For example, the summer solstice is coming up, and people who follow the goddesses will go outside and have a ritual, and that can involve fire, so it may be a fire pit. They may dance around the fire. Whereas if you're a Christian, it's just the first day of summer. You're not going outside dancing around a fire. So celebration, that's definitely a distinct difference. The energy, with the God, it's really a male energy there. With the goddesses, it's predominantly a female energy. The male energy gives and the female energy receives. So when you're working with the goddesses, you're really focusing on receiving things. And with Christianity, you focus on giving. Another distinct difference would be the way people gather. And so, again, you're in a building for the most part. With goddesses, you're outside.
It almost sounds as if what we're talking about here is Wicca.
Yeah, there are some aspects of Wicca, yes.
Now, what is the difference between Wicca and witchcraft?
With Wicca, you're dealing with the elements, mainly old religion, which with witchcraft, you're focusing on taking, say, herbs or crystals, and you're involving that into your work to change your environment.
Change your environment. So would one be personal and the other is more generic and more to help the masses instead of the one?
Yeah, that is one way of looking at it. So if one is focusing on witchcraft, a person could be a solitary witch, so they're doing their own practice alone, and they may work a spell to attract money in their life or attract the house of their dreams. With Wicca, you're more involved with the whole. There are some witches who work within a coven and larger covens, not just their area coven. But from what I noticed, if you're practicing witchcraft, it's more, as you were saying, on a personal level. And then with the Wicca, it's more of a group connection.
Is it possible that if someone who wasn't well trained or well versed into the practicing or the requesting of the goddess for assistance, any one of the 13, is there any way that they could actually bring harm onto themselves?
No. When they have good intentions, it would be as if you're going to a teacher and you have an idea of the question you want to ask. You have a difficult math problem, and you don't quite get where you went wrong, so you go to your teacher and you ask, teacher, I was trying to do this math problem. I'm not sure where I went wrong. Well, it's sort of like that. If you have the good intention with a question of a problem, whatever the case may be, there isn't going to be a backlash because you're attracting that positive energy you want. Help and assistance.
Gotcha. All right, Tia, stand by, dear. You and I have to take our news break at the bottom of the hour. Exonation, Tia Johnson is my special guest. And her website is, I just had it here a second ago. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. ViolentSanctuarySpa.com. And we'll ask Tia to tell us about her spa when we come back from this commercial break with the news, as we continue with yours truly, Rob McConnell, from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Don't go away. Are you considering calling a psychic to read your situation? Then consider David Champion, a psychic medium for more than 20 years with thousands of readings under his belt. David Champion will make you feel comfortable. He has proven to be honest and accurate. He's a straight shooter. There's no guesswork. What he sees is what you get. While he is a medium, most of the calls focus on relationships, not only love, but work, school, neighbors, and more. Need help with finding a job and preparing for the interview? Are you dealing with people who are obstacles in your path? For more information, go to davidchampion.com, $1.50 per minute paid by credit card with a minimum of 30 minutes. For your reading with David Champion, call 1-877-702-8598. That's 1-877-702-8598. Now you can dial in to listen to the X-Zone Radio Show from anywhere in the world with Rob McConnell 24/7, 365 by dialing 213-401-0080. That's 213-401-0080. If you have a mobile phone or landline, the X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell is now at your beck and call at 213-401-0080. That's 213-401-0080, 24/7, 365. Now you can dial in to listen to the X-Zone Radio Show from anywhere in the world with Rob McConnell 24/7, 365 by dialing 213-401-0080. That's 213-401-0080. If you have a mobile phone or landline, the X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell is now at your beck and call at 213-401-0080. That's 213-401-0080, 24/7, 365.
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
X-Zone, my guest this hour is Tia Johnson. And Tia, first of all, thanks very much for joining us. Great having you here with us in the X-Zone. Tell us about your spa.
Yes, my spa, it's an online holistic spa. I do eventually plan on procuring a building, but for right now it's online, and it's aimed at coaching and promoting one's inner and outer spiritual growth. So the way I do that is I use the healing modalities I have learned. So it's a combination of angel therapy, Reiki, dream coaching, and crystal healing.
Wow. You cover the entire gambit. And
yes.
And what is your favorite modality? Is it angels? Is it Reiki? Is it guidance? Is it the what is your favorite? What is your specialty?
I have to say, hands down, angel therapy. I love working with angels.
You know, I'm an angel believer. I believe in angels. So tell me about some of the experiences that you've had with angels.
Oh, sure. Well, the one event that really sticks out was the one I was talking about earlier, the tall, cloaked guy holding the rosary. I later found out that that was Archangel Raphael, and I found out because I read loads of Doreen Virtue books. I almost have every single one of her books, so that's how I figured out it was Archangel Raphael. Another angel experience I had was when I was meditating, and I was working with Archangel Raziel, helps with past lives and so forth, and I had a past life experience. And it just really opened up a lot of questions or answers that I had, and it was just amazing. So those are two examples, and a third one is Archangel Michael. And again, I was just meditating, and I opened my eyes because I felt such powerful energy, and my whole living room was just full of purple light. Everything had a purple hue around it, and then I saw the purple lights swirling around. It was beautiful.
Wow. What was your first angel encounter that you had?
Definitely the tall, green cloaked gentleman holding the rosary.
Why do you think people in today's society, high tech, high speed, filled with information from the moment we wake up to the moment we fall asleep, believe in angels?
I believe that that belief is innate. I just believe that a lot of people know that there's more than what we can see, taste, touch, hear, smell. I just really believe that. And when that happens, and in addition to someone having an experience, whether it's that near-death experience and they see lights, or they just have a feeling someone is watching over them, whatever the case may be, it's there. That, and also just throughout history where you have different civilizations drawing practically the same being when there wasn't a